So if you see all this space right here, I cleared all this by hand, by myself. As a middle-aged man, I'm in better shape than a lot of people that's 30 years younger than me. And that's not really saying anything. I don't have the best diet in the world. I have a pretty good diet, but I still got some work to do on my diet. But the physical labor that I put in, the physical work that I put in, is what helps me to maintain my physique. Now, the eyewitnesses of our maroon ancestors in the southeastern United States, we're not just talking about Florida. Many of you talk about the Gullah Wars, and you talk about the so-called Seminole Wars, which is really one and the same thing. But you forget that our ancestors, as far north as Maryland, were fighting this cracker to get free. I said fighting. I know y'all keep watching these slave movies in which we were running. When you watch Roots, the 70s version, you saw that Kunta Kinte was basically the most gangster of all the slaves, and all he was doing really was running away. Then you fast forward to this most recent installment of The Roots that came out, I believe, in 2016. And you see them fighting a little bit, but running as well, okay? You gotta get into the history of our maroon ancestors. Yes, those maroons that you always hear about are in Jamaica. The Quilombos in Brazil. You hear about the Haitian Revolution. And sometimes, every now and then, you hear about the Gullah Wars, and you hear about the Seminole Wars, okay? But you rarely hear about the ongoing war against slavery. Ongoing, from the minute it started to the minute it ended. Our maroon ancestors were fighting the institution of slavery. But I'm saying all that to say this, that many of us just want to eat vegetables to get free. Fruits and vegetables, and drink on some herb tea, meditate a little bit, read a couple books, throw up a couple of picket signs, talking about hands up, don't shoot. What happened to fist up, fight back? Anyway, when you clear out this land, I tell you all the time, we do this work by hand. Even if we use tools that require us to do some physical labor. We don't use motorized tools, okay? All this cleared out by hand. I wish I had a before picture for you. It was all overgrown. And we had the mowers, the state mowers come through, and they were mowing out there, and they looked at me like, I can't believe this dude is picking up all this stuff with his hands. They looked like they wanted to offer me a hand, but I would have told them no, because I'm out here. It's therapeutic for me, first of all, in the garden. I told y'all that the garden is my temple. I also told y'all that it's a very therapeutic practice. All right, so you get to meditate in the garden. All right, you become one with the land. You get to understand the land when you get your hands down in the dirt. You see the bugs and you get intimate with the plants and the roots. You begin to understand the roots, the root system. Some roots are shallow, some go deep into the earth. Some only require a few inches of depth, and some roots require a couple feet of depth in order for the plant to grow. All right? But gardening, when you do it as a manual labor type of thing, is physical labor. It's a workout, if you will. It'll help to keep your physique together. All right? The eyewitnesses that saw our maroon ancestors said that they were in tip-top physical condition. They had to be. They chalked it up to the fact that they were growing their own food. But mind you, they were probably growing their own food using mostly their bare hands. And of course, even if they had tools, they weren't motorized tools. All right? Because they weren't using gas and oil back in those days. So they had great physiques. The middle-aged men and women, The elderly men and women had great physiques because they were out there. Every minute of their life was about survival. So growing your own food is about survival, which if you're looking at this channel, you pretty much know that already, or at least have an inkling. Anyway, get into your garden work, farm work is a great workout. It'll help you stay in shape, something to go along with your vegetables and fruits and herb tea and alkaline water and all that good stuff. You're going to have to get up off your feet, roll up your sleeves, and get dirty if you're trying to help liberate your people. This has been Daku Akabo Wa'akatu.